Hello and welcome to Community with me. I have two
Melissa.
wonderful caricature artists. I just learned how to say that. I've been calling them something else this whole time, but tonight I am going to call them. Tonight I am going to call them Max and Ruben because they're here. We met. We're going to tell you how, and we're going to be friends forever. So they don't have a choice. So welcome, Ruben and Max.
Yes.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey. How are you all?
We're doing good.
Good.
Really good, especially now.
Oh, really?
So we're here.
3 days sober. It's really great.
Oh, good. That's a
We're on the program.
Time. Well, I wanted to, first of all, thank you for coming out today because we just met recently on October 10th at the Ronald McDonald House Mac Tonight event, the gala. And it was wonderful.
Event, darling.
You were all doing, some wonderful, wonderful work there.
Thank you.
Caricatures.
Caricatures.
Caricaturas.
Caricaturas. I can say that easier.
Well, say it like that.
Pues mira, bueno, caricatura. You gotta do me caricatura. What's wrong with you?
Okay, I love it. All this energy is so amazing. I want to know a little bit about your backgrounds and how you became artists.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about his background. No.
Not the whole
Talk about
background.
your background.
Should I begin?
You begin.
Been interested in drawing all my entire life since I can remember. And there came a point in my life, I'm going to cut to the chase about doing the caricatures, where I needed to make some money. And what I was doing at the time, over 26 years ago, was not bringing enough to pay the bills. So I had heard that people made money on the boardwalk in Venice Beach. And so I said, I'm going to go check that out. I put together some samples. I put a sample board together. I went out. I didn't know what people charged. I didn't know who would stop. I just started doing it and hustling people in. And one thing led to another. And my drawings at the very beginning weren't really good because I learned that you had to be really fast to do caricatures because people are just not very patient. They just didn't want to wait too long. So I started doing that, and it started paying the bills. And so I knew that Max over here wasn't liking his job very well either. And I said, why don't you come out with me and draw alongside with me? Because he's actually more of a natural caricature artist than I am. I kind of come from more of an illustration background and comics and comic books. So our influences are a little different. And so getting back to that, I invited him out. He said, sure, I'll give it a shot. Right. He came out. We did it together. He would come out only on the weekends at the beginning because he was still holding on to his other job. But I kept egging him on to lose the job and do his real life's work, which was right here alongside me.
Yeah.
And that's been 26 years ago.
26 years ago. I got him by 6 months.
And he hasn't bought me a damn thing.
Wow, shame on you,
Bastards.
Ruben. Bastards.
Is that a sign? Should I take that as a hint?
Okay, so your turn, Max.
Me. I've always liked caricatures. I used to like the caricatures and the TV guides, and when a guy named Al Hirschfeld did them, and a guy named Stern, and also the Mad Magazine, the Mark Druckers, and who's the other one? Jack
Davis.
Jack Davis. I liked him. I always liked that kind of stuff. The real free. Well, Jack Davis because he sculpted everything, and then Hirschfeld because of the line. I always loved the line, the easy flowing line. And I did it when I was a kid, and I actually attempted to do it at Buena Park at a thing called Hobby City for a little while for money, and but I had what they call real jobs, and the last real job I had was at Univision. And I was there for about 18 months, and they went to Florida, and I didn't want to go to Florida. So I just kind of stopped, and he kept saying, why don't you join me? And I said, no.
Right.
I'm being very smart. And then I needed to eat, and I said, okay, I'll try it. And we did it, and we got bookings right away.
Really?
Right away. Well, about within 3 weeks. First booking we had was in Malibu.
After I had already been out there 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Getting the chops down.
We got Malibu. The guy who used to own Neutrogena had a party. He used to have wild parties, and there were naked people and shower dancers.
Oh, this is getting interesting.
Celebrities. And we're drawing yeah, man, this is
Oh,
good.
we like this.
Yeah. And the next thing we had was a bar mitzvah. And I said, where are the naked people? Where are the shower dancers? I want my money back. But now we got parties.
We got kind of spoiled with those early gigs.
Very spoiled.
Wow.
And we got a lot of corporate gigs, and we went to agencies and said, this is what we do. And we drew them. And I think out of about 15 or 16, one or two of them said, well, we just happen to have a party next week. Can you do it?
Right.
We said, yes. And gradually, within the 26 years, with websites and word of mouth and all that,
Right.
we did it. But we were on the beach for about 4 years.
Oh,
We were
wow.
first at Venice, and then we were at
Santa Monica Pier.
Santa Monica Pier.
So you all were friends before?
We had met at Volt. There's a place called Volt, and I met him for one day.
Uh-huh.
He said he was an actor. He said he did comics, and I said, wow, this is great. I brought my scripts, and I brought my
Right.
comics, and he was gone. He left. He goes,
I had it after one day of that place.
And he gave me his card.
Oh, cool.
And for 10 years, I had that card in my
Shut
wallet.
up.
10 years I had it in my wallet.
Oh, now he's really dating us.
Yeah, and I had, and a friend of mine says, you know Ruben. I go, yeah, you've been talking about him. He's having a puppet show at his house, a puppet show. And so we went, and we talked, and I said, are you this guy? And I brought out the card. Is this you?
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, where you been? I got some comic strips I want to show you. And from there, when he said, he goes, I've been doing caricatures. You should go out, and with us and draw.
Wow. So it
And
was
I
like
said no.
destiny.
Yeah. Here's my destiny.
Wow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here's my heaven to me.
So I know how you met. I know your background. And I would like to know who your influences are.
My main influence as far as caricatures go is one of Max's as well, is Mark Drucker of Mad Magazine fame.
Okay.
And I always liked that style of characters as opposed to the kind I would see at amusement parks.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's probably because it's more detailed, more illustrative. It has not as exaggerated a take on the characters as a lot of other ones, but there was more of a finesse to it, and that's what I liked. And there was a lot of movement to it, so I've always been attracted to art that moves. And I like figure drawing as well, so he was very good at animated drawing animated figures in the parodies he did of particularly of Hollywood movies. So he was the guy that did all the parodies of the popular movies coming out and did the whole story before
Right.
the actual movies come out. And he was my big influence in that department. Also a guy named Jack Davis. And those are probably the two, and then both of them were Mad Magazine artists.
Oh, cool.
And,
So is that your answer as well?
well, like I said, Jack Davis and Mark Drucker, but my favorite one was Al Hirschfeld. I liked the line, and I think it was easier for me because I liked flowing. To me, it was like painting. And like the sumi-e, if you know Japanese sumi-e art and all that, he studied that. And he also had an influence of a guy named Covarrubias, who also drew with a sumi-e Japanese kind of look. And what Al Hirschfeld did was he did a lot of actors from Broadway and media, and they were kind of grotesque, but they were beautiful grotesques. He simplified everything. That's what caricature is. It's a simplification of someone's face. Very few lines to talk, basically to describe what you're looking at.
Okay.
And that's from way back from Leonardo da Vinci's time, when he used to sketch people on the street and use for his paintings and stuff
Right.
like that. They say Judas is a caricature of a guy he didn't like.
Right.
Who was like a councilman on the thing who didn't like him.
Wow.
And he said, "Oh yeah, I'll get you, buddy. How about that? You're Judas now."
Our artists were always trouble from way back.
Really?
We're not like that.
No, I know. I see. when we were at the event, the gala, and you all were doing work, How many pictures do you think you did that night total?
555 was it? No.
Plus 2.
I was about to say, I don't even think there were 555 people there.
We were so drunk we don't know.
We probably averaged one person every 3 to 5 minutes. So in 2 hours, we probably did about 30 people each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It was
that
pretty
was
fast,
good.
actually.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. I actually wanted to know if both of you could draw me so I could see, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Of course.
do a test.
Yes.
Like, don't cheat.
Will
don't
we
look-
be graded afterwards?
Yeah, I'm going to grade them.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well,
it's either this or the freeway, you know.
it's either this or the
What I
freeway.
mean-
Well, I was thinking about having it done that night, but we were towards the end of the event, and we were kind of cleaning up and things like that. But one lady, I think it was, I forgot who it was, but she had you both do it, and she couldn't pick which one she liked the best. She was just towards the end. She was one of the volunteers, and then my daughter said, "Oh, I should have gotten them both to, to do my picture too." And I think Max did my picture, and Ruben did my daughter's
I
picture.
did your daughter, right.
Yeah, so
Well, I drew your daughter.
you drew.
your daughter.
You didn't do
we
her.
didn't do her.
But
I don't think you would have liked
People,
that.
but then we draw them.
so I think that it would be fun just to see you both draw me.
Draw you.
Yeah. Give us your info. Where can we find you? How can we find you?
On the internet.
On the internet.
Yes.
I'll be the one on the street corner with "I will draw for food."
We'll
I will
draw
be the
for
one selling
food.
Oranges.
Yeah.
And or roses.
And
Roses,
roses.
los huevos.
WeDrawForYou.com.
WeDrawForYou.com.
Drawforyou.com.
Kind Caricatures.
Kind
on
Caricatures
Yelp.
and more.
And more on Yelp. And we are on the internet as We Draw For You. Also, if you look up CaliforniaCaricatures.net, which is too complicated, we're on there too.
We're everywhere.
And I'm in the midst of changing the design of our website, so now it's on a blog. But you'll see all of our samples and stuff. Just scroll down. You can see it on your mobile device
Oh, cool.
really easily. So
The history of the art. You know what I mean? Like, how did it start? And I want to know where the caricature art is today. You know what I mean? Like, when was this form of art most popular?
it's in the toilet.
It's in the toilet.
These young
In the
kids
dumps.
today. When I was a young boy. Tell me.
Thank you, Mel Brooks.
Listen.
We got to give credit to where it's really due.
Right.
Well, what a lot of people go back to is the cave paintings, right? And you see what was a drawing of what looks like a bull.
Bison.
A bison.
A
I'm
bison.
sorry.
Someone
Right.
doing the bison and all that.
Right.
But they failed because they couldn't get them in the bags. And they couldn't pay for them. You know, and said, how much you got? Give me 12 rocks. I don't want a rock. You got 3?
It started with somebody wanting to replicate something in a visual form, and it started at the same time that art in general started, and then a caricature is really it could be an exaggeration of an actual thing. It could be a simplification of an actual thing. One of the reasons one of our sites is called Kind Caricatures and More is because we choose not to exaggerate people to the point of humiliation. We
Right.
could do that.
Right.
We have done that when people have paid us to parody for publication.
Okay.
So you see a lot of that in editorial cartoons, political cartoons, where they really go to town. We find we get a lot more work by flattering people rather than
Right.
doing it the other way. So it's when people start thinking, I'm not going to just draw something the way I see it, I'm going to change it. And really, that's what art is really about, is
Right.
not replicating something, especially since the photograph came into being. Why replicate something exactly when the machine already does it?
Right. Right.
So it's what you do different, what you change, that makes it art. And caricatures is about changing what you see as much as drawing what you see. And this is what a lot of people don't really get, is they want to see a Rembrandt-style portrait
Right.
in 3 to 5 minutes. It's not possible.
Right.
So, and you know, it's one of those things where you find yourself explaining it a lot. That, you know, and that goes way back. You know, speaking of Rembrandt, the Dutch masters, he drew all these. He was commissioned to do this very famous piece. This piece became very famous, of all these town elders.
Is that supposed to be me? That grinning ape? But this thing it's a monstrosity. Look at it for yourself. Is that supposed to represent the officers of the noble civic guard?
Here's your gentleman of rank, and what's underneath it? Your nose is painted by bad liquor. Your mouth is reeking with bawdy kisses. Vanity and stupidity are written all over your face.
And very few of them liked it, because he thought he ridiculed them, and he actually did, because he didn't like them. He really didn't like them, and he showed that. And so that was a form of caricature. It was a form of him being an artist, making the decision to change it, to express what he wanted to say about these people he was drawing.
Right.
So when Max drew you the other day, he was expressing how he felt about you as he was drawing you.
You did a good job, Max.
Thank you.
Now somebody else might have not felt the same thing. And we do, and that's a topic for another discussion.
Right.
But it all comes down to that. All through history, you can find the development of caricature as being an annex to art in itself.
Okay.
Yeah. There are people now who are spoiled by the stuff that they get at Disneyland. They're not superior form. The big-headed little bodies. What's your hobby?
Right.
We don't do that. We never did do that.
Right.
Because we don't really care what your hobby is.
Right.
A guy comes up to me, draw me as a football player. I like football. Draw me as a football player. I go, I like mud wrestling. I'm not going to draw that.
Right.
But they're spoiled by that. And then there are really the good caricature artists, like you see at Universal or whatever, who do it in airbrush. And they take their time. It's about 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
There's a guy on Santa Monica Pier. I think he's still there. His name is Walter. If you go on Santa Monica Pier, and he's sitting there, and he does like them for $40, but he takes his time.
Right.
And they're really, really good.
Wow.
Because he does a whole illustration. We don't have time to do that at a party. We have about 3 minutes per person. What we try and do is we try and just basically make it as simple as possible and make people as attractive as possible, but still simplifying their face. And he does a great job in illustrating.
Yes, my daughter loved her picture.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, if you can draw and talk, then if you can both draw me, or either, you can do it one at a time.
I can draw and I can talk, but I can't chew gum.
Okay, so don't chew gum. No chew.
Well, we can sip a little wine or...
Sip a little wine there, little vino. There, baby. You look very attractive.
We did have some wine that night, and people were wondering about that.
They did.
Do the drawings get worse as the evening progresses if you've had enough?
Right. Did it?
So
no,
they actually improved.
Right, because you did a really good job. I keep saying I should have brought my picture.
It's romantic to draw and to be drinking and you're just inspired.
Right.
And if you wear the right hats.
Women like you, see, you can.
I said, don't forget the twinkle in my eye. You can look. Can you see me?
Are we on right now?
Yeah.
Yes,
oh wow, we're on.
Boy.
So can you answer a question while?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So who are the most famous people or person? Who are the most famous people or person that you've met and or drawn?
Dick Van Dyke.
Really?
Dick Van Dyke. We were too giddy to be men around Dick Van Dyke.
Wow.
He was our idol growing up. And we were like,
he's such
he was great. He was great.
I'll use that term, mensch.
He's a real mensch.
What does that mean?
A man.
He's
a mensch.
He's a real gentleman.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Yes, and
Whoopi Goldberg. We both drew.
We both did.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
I did the cast of Scrubs.
Oh, cool.
I did that. And from pictures I drew the Big Bang Theory. You'll see that on the website.
Oh, yeah.
Who else? Who else will be drawn?
Well, I had the pleasure of drawing Mr. Jack Nicholson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For the movie The Bucket List.
When you see Jack Nicholson get a tattoo on his arm, that's his drawing.
Really?
Yeah. I drew Dale Earnhardt without knowing who he was. And you know, I didn't know who he was. I said, "What do you do?" And he go, and the people in back of me going, "Tell him what to do, Dale."
They drive race cars.
He goes, I drive.
I drive.
You go, what do you drive, a truck? Totally.
So how do people find you? You know what I mean? Like, do you get referrals, or
We get referrals.
customers?
We get referrals. We get they see us on the website. Sometimes I think we are so popular on the internet that certain people who hire us, you know, we have an exclusivity with certain party planners at times, and then the next year the party planner will see us at the party at the second year of the party.
Right.
They go, how'd they get? And go, man, we're on the internet. You know?
Right.
Well, that shows where the industry has changed, because I was reflecting on the fact that I think when we first started out, probably 80% of our business was through agencies.
Really?
Through entertainment agencies. And we would just, you know, wait for their calls pretty much. Then the tide started changing when we started advertising more on our own. Mm-hmm. We wanted to get and started branching out. And other entertainers did the same. Other types of entertainers started doing the same. And then when the internet came into being, even more so, and to a much greater degree. So now I think it's kind of the other way around. It's like we might, if we're lucky, get 20% from agencies and 80% is through our own efforts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Smile. Hey.
There it is.
There it
The
is.
smile of one nation.
Me smiling for like 3 to 5 minutes is almost impossible. So
What
I'm going to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Okay.
Has anyone ever not liked a caricature picture that you've done?
A funny story, this.
Oh, are we telling this one now?
We're telling this one. You tell it, but be short.
This was one of the early days at Venice Beach. There was a elderly lady who came. She was, I could denote from her voice that she was from the East Coast, and she smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Because it was very gravelly, and she talked like this. And she said, I want you to draw me.
I said, sure. You know, I think, how am I going to make this lady look good? Because she, you know, I better not go any further, but she was not very attractive. Let's just say that. And so I finished the drawing. I was sweating bullets. I was trying to do the best job I possibly could. I ironed out the wrinkles. I got my Botox pen out, my surgical tools, and I turned the drawing around, and I showed it to her, and she just stared at it for the longest time. She says,
"That's not me. That's a man. You drew me as a man."
And Max said,
You mean you're not a man?
Oh, no.
and she left.
And you know what? No tip.
Wow. Did she take her picture? Did she take her
Can
picture?
we say that?
Can we say that?
Yeah, you say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Did she take her picture? She didn't even take it.
No. This was early on. This was at Venice Beach. Learn how to draw.
Well, he said that because in his defense, she was kind of rude about it. I was trying to make her look as good as I possibly could.
Wow. So I'm afraid to see how my picture's gonna look.
I was borderline with breasts. She really did.
Oh, wow.
You're not going to tell us we drew you as a man, because we.
No, this doesn't look like a man at all.
You're a lovely lady, and you'll see that very soon.
You're a cutie. How many people tell you you're a cutie?
Oh, every day, all day.
What do they want from you? No, just kidding.
How far do people book you out? Like, how far out are you booked right now?
We're booked right now and for a year.
Are you serious?
Well, we have 4th of July. We do every year.
Really?
There's certain events we do every year.
Every year. So, this year we're going to do Dana Point.
Wow.
We'll do Dana Point on December 5th, all day. You can see us there in a little tent. We're going to be drawing our little pens off. And what else? We do a lot of stuff like that.
Really?
We get calls for weddings as far in advance as 2 years ahead of time.
Yeah.
And
so
people are surprised to say...
my birthday party, March 5th?
March 5th, we got it. And then you call us back and you
and book
confirm.
Book it officially.
I had a lady the other day, she called me in over 3 weeks, kept asking me questions. Can you do this? Well, where are you? Well, 2 weeks later, I'm in Pico Rivera. And then 2 weeks later, well, we're going to have 3 people. So in the meantime, I got booked. I got booked about 3 gigs.
Right.
So when she finally says, okay, I'll book you. Okay, you can come over. I said, well, I'm booked. She got mad at me.
Really?
Well, what is it? So you're going to leave me hanging? I said, no. We want to. You're a client to us, and for absolutely no charge, we'll try and find you somebody.
Right.
And we'll give you their number, and you can call them up, and you can deal with them.
Right.
And can we call people for you?
Right.
And she let us do it because she goes.
Oh,
well,
cool.
if it's free, I said, well, I don't make any money off of it.
Right.
Don't have to pay me, and the artist doesn't pay me.
Right.
We're just nice guys.
Aww.
And very, very few of us.
All right, I'm signing mine. What about you?
Okay, I'm going to sign mine. Van Gogh.
Okay, here we go. The
Here
great
we go,
reveal.
folks.
I want to see. Yeah, turn it around.
Hey,
Oh
Melissa.
my God! Let me see. Oh wow! Oh my God! That is amazing! Yay!
Yay.
Do I have an applause button?
Huh?
Yay!
Where's the applause button?
Laurent's like, would you please? Yay! That's amazing. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some people that I pulled out of Brownstone Bistro.
Okay.
They're going to come in and get their caricatures.
Okay.
Pictures.
Do they smell good? Because
yeah, we want them to smell good. We'll be right back. I am
right.
back with Max and Ruben, and they have done an amazing job. I cannot tell you which one I like the best because I like long curly hair, but then I like short curly hair too. So we see the differences in the style.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Ruben is kind to my cheekbones and very kind to my African American nose, and then I see Ruben Max always puts the twinkle in my eye. So these are great. So Clive Jackson is here, and Ruben and Max are going to draw Clive Jackson. He's the chef here at the Brownstone Bistro, which has amazing food and amazing Thursday night buffet.
Will this drawing get us any food?
Never know.
And it's amazing
something off the
Sunday
menu,
brunch.
perhaps?
Filet mignon or what's the price?
They are going to draw you for a meal, apparently.
Or chopped liver.
Right.
Over the years, I've home. This is the 5th one. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've gotten around.
I've been around.
I
used to have you guys talk about Venice. I heard that.
Oh yeah.
I had a restaurant back in '85, '86 on Lincoln and Venice. There was a restaurant called Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah, I was right there, and west of Venice.
So is it easier now to run a restaurant, or is it difficult, or?
It's it's always been difficult to run a restaurant. You have to have a love, and you have
to,
like
this.
Yeah, for me, I've been in food service 30-something years, and I worked on a cruise ship for 10 of those years.
Oh,
Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. So I was a chef, for 5 different ships. Also, I worked for Warner Brothers, Burbank.
Oh, you were
I was the main lot.
Yes, okay.
I was there for 9 years.
Oh, nice.
I was the executive chef there also.
Who was the meanest person who ever?
If you could say.
The meanest, wow.
Meanest person.
Wow, they.
We'll put you on the spot.
What is this slop? I don't know.
Well, of course, you come across so many different people.
Oh, yeah.
Different tastes, so, the meanest, wow. It's quite a bit. I mean,
Chef Boyardee.
Did anybody order anything like was special? Like I can't have peanuts. I can't have this.
Yes, of course. A lot of people who have a lot of allergies.
So you had to be aware of.
Oh yes, ahead of time. I mean, once a person going to be taking a cruise, they have all these questions and answers that year.
Right.
So we would get those information in the kitchen.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
So Melissa is obviously noticing that when we draw people, we interview them.
Yes. That's why I'm over here like.
He's over there having a smoke.
Yeah, I took a little.
My work here is done.
All right, boys. We'll see you.
All right, boys. Come back next week. We're having an epileptic.
Are we ready?
There you go. Ready?
Clyde.
Live.
Da-da-da-da.
Hey! Oh my God! That is so nice. Wow. That is cool.
He copied my idea. I gave him the chef hat first. First he was mocking me.
Chef Boyardee.
Oh wow!
Isn't
Isn't that wonderful?
That's real cool.
There you go, sir.
That's real cool.
Hold him up, Clive.
You guys, do have a dinner on me.
All right. Hey, you can invite us back anytime.
We'll work for food.
That's right.
Okay.
See?
Isn't that wonderful?
We'll work for food.
I love that.
Good.
We're available for parties, bar
Real
mitzvahs.
Yeah,
And
they
gourmet
do parties.
offerings.
Gourmet offerings.
They're booked for a whole year, so we have to pick a date and try to squeeze them in
Yeah.
for things that we have going on. We have a lot going on too.
And not for you, but normally if we can't do it, then we try and get somebody who will, and you deal with them.
Okay.
Or deal with us through them or whatever. You know?
Right.
So
Okay.
Because we know a lot of people.
Yes.
We know a lot of people.
Out of 26 years.
We know a lot of people who can take care of
You drew me as a man.
Yeah, she's probably still looking for you guys.
Yeah.
and make you look stupid.
And we are back with Max and Ruben, or Ruben and Max, and they are great. And I've learned how to say this word today. Caricature.
Caricature, yeah.
Caricature artists. And we say that there are a lot of people still doing caricature art, but everyone, as we see tonight, they have their own style. Even between the two of you, you have your own style.
We know a lot of great ones. We know a lot of good ones. If you can believe it, say their names. There's Steve Garcia.
There's Disney David Reyes and Universal David Reyes.
Universal David Reyes.
Oh, wow.
And even Joe Torres.
What about Rafael Navarro?
Rafael Navarro.
Award-winning Emmy animator.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we know a lot of people. I really do.
And
we were just having. He was just offering us a drink. Clyde was offering us a drink, and I was thinking about. I went to Oklahoma once, and I didn't have any money, and I was on a bus with 3 other guys, and we wanted to go to a bar, and we didn't have any money. And I said, well, let me see, So I took some paper, took some paper with me. And I drew the waitress really nice. I drew her real sexy with big boobs and stuff like that. And she goes, oh, this is great. This is wonderful. You boys thirsty?
That sounds like a gal from Oklahoma, doesn't it?
From Jersey.
By way of
Oklahoma.
Yeah. And we're drinking, and they're like looking at me like, wow. I go, that's how it's done, boys.
Yeah. Good job.
We will not only draw for food, we will draw for drinks, too.
Draw for drinks.
That's
That's
how it's done,
amazing.
boys.
Here comes someone else.
Oh,
She
behind
wants
that
a
door.
picture drawn. Come on
There
in,
she
Nicole.
Why, look who it is.
Yeah, Nicole, we have time.
Okay.
Wow.
Sit over there in the red chair.
It's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to pull people from downstairs and say, hey, you want a great picture drawn? Scoot up, though, a little bit, Nicole. Scoot up a little bit.
Nicole.
Right here?
Stood up at
Yeah.
the pole.
Okay.
And
Come
then
closer.
that's Ruben and Max, and they're going to draw your picture.
Yeah, there we are.
Okay.
So, like, how my hair looks kind of like full, and like her hair is back. Would you be able to draw her with?
Yes.
And her hair is usually straight,
Well,
right,
I'll go
Nicole?
later,
But
but-
that's a little tricky sometimes because what we guess it might look like might not be what it actually
Right,
looks like.
right.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes the hair is in back and they look like men. They look like they're looking bald. They don't have
Right.
I know, right?
Nice one, huh?
No, you know what I mean.
I find myself
Put it up.
correcting
I
him
think
a
you
lot.
man.
Put it up like this.
Like a bun?
Yeah, like a
bun.
bun. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of put it on the
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Okay.
Indicate.
I'll do the bun. He does the side.
Okay.
What-
And a little fries on the side.
He'll draw the side. I'll draw the
I'll do
bun.
all the buns. Let's
Okay.
see your buns. Let's see.
I didn't want to go there, but he went there.
Nice
You were getting chicken
warm.
and fries? Can I see your breasts? Anyway.
Oh, my God. This is a PG show.
Oh, sorry.
We have been called
That's why it's so
the bad boys of caricature.
Very bad boys of
We are
character.
PG artists.
We have been kicked out of certain places.
Pretty gravelly.
Well, wait until we have a drink. That's going to be amazing. Okay. So another question that I can ask you about while you draw Nicole is, have you ever known that you're going? Okay, so say the holidays are coming up and you're going to family dinners. Do they tell you bring your stuff with you if you don't bring your drawing, your items with you to draw? Are they upset or disappointed?
No,
people.
You know what? They never asked.
Really?
They never asked.
Very seldom.
Somebody once said that your family never knows what you do. Really?
Yeah.
They never know. They don't, and they don't really. Not that they don't appreciate what you do, because I know I have family members who appreciate what I do, but they don't really know what I do, and so they never ask. Once in a while, I'll get, can you do a charity or something,
right.
And they think that I do now what I did at the pier. They think I sit there and ask for money.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
You gotta pay me. You gotta pay me.
You have a flat rate.
Yeah, you have a flat rate. Oh, really? Yeah. I just sit there, saying, please, arms for the poor, please.
Right.
Yeah, I don't do that. So, yeah, they really don't. So, and that's a blessing, because sometimes I like to go to just a party, and I feel naked at first, because I don't have my paper, my pencil. Right. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
Oh.
I just kind of sit there and drink a lot.
I'm different in that respect. I enjoy not drawing sometimes, because when I'm not at a gig doing this, I'm at my drawing board working on a comic strip.
Yes.
Okay.
And that comic strip, can I make a plug?
Yes.
It's called Penny Strikes. And
I know that one.
Do you know that one? Are you following me on Facebook?
No, but I will.
Okay. I'm gonna look for you.
What's your name on Facebook?
It's the comic strip is Penny Strikes.
Yeah.
Just like it sounds, PENNYSTRIKES.
It's been around forever, right?
Well, for a couple of years, and hopefully forever afterwards.
And I have Babylon Bros on Facebook.
Okay.
If you go on there, you'll see a link to the blog, but I mostly post on Facebook.
Okay.
I haven't done so now. It's pretty much a political one. It's very left wing. So if you're like a right wing guy, you're
or girl,
write a lot of hate mail, which is fine. I'll accept it.
So you have 2 or 3 things that have come out of your artistic background.
Yes. In fact, there's a children's book that came out that surprisingly a woman wanted me to illustrate a little children's book, and now it's coming out in paperback form.
Oh, really?
Called Whoops and Awards. No, I was going to say a joke. No,
I was drawn in.
No, it's called Whoops and
there
Awards.
it is. No.
Whoops and Awards. And it's basically a book about teaching kids manners.
Okay.
What to do, what you shouldn't do, what you could do.
And you illustrated for that.
I illustrated it for her, and now it's coming out, and we're going to do about. I do so many illustrations for her that she has about 4 books planned. So I have that coming out. That'll be out pretty soon. I want to do a graphic novel about what we do.
Okay.
All weather permitting, and that's part of it's on the blog. What else? I'm trying to write a play. I do a lot of stuff. I'm basically creative. I'm writing some music badly. I'm writing some bad music. I just like to create. I'm always creating something. Like I'm creating an ulcer right now, but I'm creating, always creating.
Okay. Well, that's so interesting.
I double that.
And he doubles that.
It.
In fact, he has an ulcer.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you all have any parties booked for Halloween?
Yes. Ironically, they're at churches. We got 2 churches. We have
really?
A church in,
well, that's fun.
in Anaheim and one in Bellflower. I have.
So, do you ever separate and do parties?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. We go separate too. We're not like tied at the side or anything. I don't go where he goes. No,
sometimes they only need one artist at an event.
Yes.
They don't need necessarily 2 or 3 around.
Right.
Oh, okay.
If you have a small party and you have one artist,
so that's fun.
But yeah, and sometimes we've hired as many as recently we hired about 8 artists.
Oh, really?
To go with us at a picnic.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, but if I can't do something or you can't do something, I go. Vice versa.
Right.
Or like we said, we'll call somebody for you.
And so I like this because it's like no two days in your life, as far as your career, are ever going to be the same.
Exactly. That's what I like about it.
This is what I tell young artists who want to do this, and people that we send out as well, is no two gigs are exactly alike. Because once you think that it's going to be exactly alike, then you're not open to see what differences come up.
Right.
You're not. You have to be prepared for. They're going to put you in a place with poor lighting. They're going to put you outdoors during winter and it's freezing and they don't have any heat lamps. They're going to put you out in the summer in the hot sun without any shade,
right?
And you're sweating all over the drawing.
That's why we don't.
They're going to put you in all sorts of situations because they don't really. A lot of people don't really understand that you have to be somewhat comfortable to be able to draw people, and they have the people you're drawing have to be comfortable too.
Right.
So that's just one of the many minutiae that you'll come across of how things can be very, very different from one gig to another.
Ready to go?
Yes. Ready?
Sure, I did more of an illustration this time.
Oh!
Ta-da! And I put your hair up.
Oh! That's cool.
Thank you, Melissa.
That's more of an illustration. That's not really a
Thank
caricature.
you.
So we have two more ladies, and and then that'll be it for tonight. Let me get up.
How about one sits over there, I'll draw her, and then one sits over there, Max will draw her.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be better.
Gang bang.
All right. They're our favorite kind.
Sit over here, honey.
One over here. Wow.
One over here and one over there.
One over here, one over there.
I
Okay.
need to comb my hair or do anything about
You
mine.
look beautiful.
I'm stunning.
You look gorgeous.
I know.
That's what we can do.
It's a choice, isn't it? It's
We're
a
gonna-
choice.
We are glamorous artists.
We're gonna move a little bit faster because we have a few minutes.
Okay,
right.
ready? Now see how fast we are. Now look at me.
Now, the evening's growing short, and we have to do it a little faster,
It really
and
was
so we will
fast.
have to adapt.
It really was fast. This is. Well, you're really good, Melissa. You're really good.
Well, I want to make sure. Tell me your information again. How do we find you?
714
714
992
992
5210.
5210.
And that's Max and Ruben's Caricatures.
Operators are standing by right now.
And Kind Caricatures to get Ruben is
714 422 7437.
7437.
so if you talk to him, you talk to me. You talk to me, you talk to him. Hey,
Hey.
the way it is.
What do you want?
We got
want
each
one of us,
other's
you want
backs.
both of us?
In Palm Springs, if you're nice people, we'll go over there and we'll talk to you and be nice. Oh.
But uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So I'm so glad. I'm going to start wrapping it up because when you reveal the pictures, and that'll be the end of the show.
Okay.
But I'm so glad that you both came in today, and we had a lot of fun with you. And you're always welcome to come back.
All right.
Thank you. Please ask us back.
Yes, because
Especially when
afterwards-
Clyde is cooking.
Especially when Clive is cooking, we're going to go downstairs and have a few bites to eat and a little bit to drink. And we're going to celebrate life, that we're having a great life. Great life. And happy birthday to our friend that came up from the bistro. What's your name, ma'am?
What's your name?
Her name is Doreen.
Doreen.
I'm going to draw Doreen. Tell you what, Doreen.
And who are you over there?
I'm Darlene.
Darling.
Darlene and
Oh, my darling.
That's right in heaven. You two sisters. Boy, I heard you go.
There's no second name like Darlene Ann or
Darling Ann.
or
Darling
Darlene.
Sue.
Darlene Elaine.
Darn, see, I knew there was on it.
Tell you what, Darlene Elaine. Got a party.
What's your middle name, Doreen?
Carol.
Carol.
Oh, yeah.
Darlene Carol.
Well, we want to say happy birthday. We didn't want to interrupt your birthday dinner, but we're glad you came up.
Thank you.
So much. This is so
Oh,
special.
yeah. You're on the radio, you're on
Thank you for
TV.
inviting us.
You drink Pitbull, you got to drink Pitbull. It's very good for you.
Right. No.
Right.
Okay, just trying to plug the sponsors.
We have to plug the sponsor.
Okay, you ready to go?
Wait, I got it. Hold on.
So,
Almost
Doreen,
there.
come over here. Or no,
This is a
Darlene.
3-minute one, Darlene,
Darlene?
but it's still good, I think.
He's still working on me.
Oh, he's
I
still
got
working.
to shade her hair.
Okay, shade her hair.
and give her lipstick here.
How's this on the radio? I don't get.
It's a podcast.
Well, a long time ago, Marconi invented a little thing. And he said one day...
Actually, I dispute that. It was a man named Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla!
Marconi took credit for the invention of the radio. We stand corrected.
He was a bastard. Okay.
And let's not even talk about Edison.
Come on this side so we can see the drawing.
Me too.
Here. No, you stay there.
Okay, there. She's so bossy.
So you can sit there, and then they're going to reveal the pictures for us.
The big reveal.
The great reveal.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey!
Oh my God! That is so awesome!
Can I keep it?
It's too fun. I love it.
Okay, so...
Thank you very much.
Yeah, here we are. So we're celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! The 25th.
And that's it for us. Look for Max and Ruben and Max. Find them.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. We have people who didn't even know them say
What a lovely birthday remembrance.
Thanks for being in the community. We have caricature artists in our community that are doing great things. They're doing charity events, and they are able to be booked for your party. Give them a call. We'll see you next week in the community. Bye.
Thank you, Melissa.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.